Well, brightest regards, my friends, and welcome to the show. I'm Lady Leeanna, and this is Tarot Card Lessons Made Easy with none other than yours truly, back from the grave. Not entirely, but I am here, and I am stable, and I'm ready to take this bull by the horn, the Two of Cups, which is very deep and has so much meaning in it, as far as spiritual goes, as far as internal, as far as external, as far as dealing with the self and with other people, and accomplishments to be fulfilled, but making agreements before that could be something that would come about, etc. I mean, there is a lot to this card, and it has been one, probably by far my hardest one to make this far, seriously. And I'm talking about throughout my 10 years of making these videos to do with these cards. But it's a very deep one, and I really like it, but it is a very complicated one. And not because of the lack of understanding of what's going on here, but more about how I want to word this to make other people understand. And I think it's for lack of just relaxing. You know, it's trying too hard. It's making it bigger in my head than what it is, and just trying to be the perfectionist that I am. It just blows my freaking mind, okay? So in a nutshell, that's what my problem is. That's what my major malfunction is. Okay, so basically I want to take the things that are less apparent within the card and take those first and talk about them. Right? And then bring it up and into the largest aspects, the things that really stand out. And so let me call your attention to that part of the card way in the back where you have this red roofed white house. Up on, not a mountain, they're not edgy mountains, they're just very smooth, gentle rising hills of green, fertile grass rising up in the back that is not surrounded by a city, not around other houses. It's just a single white house with a red roof standing off in the background, and it would generally represent something that could be acquired but is off in the distance, right? I mean, are you at one with me on that? Do you see that? And the red would be ambitions. You know, there is a small hill, then there is a medium hill, and then the house is on a slightly, ever so slightly larger hill back there. And it's like trying to climb an escalator in some way, form, or fashion, gently, like taking the first step on a gentle pathway of getting to where you are able to acquire what is wanted. And it might be that abode, that home away from everything else, that place where you can lay your head and rest, and there's not a lot of hustle and bustle going around. Otherwise you might see a city or village or whatever around that house back there, right? And it's not saying necessarily that your house or abode would be in the country or anything like that, but generally just giving a smooth, gentle representation of your place of peace. And that you've got to get there first, but you're right here on this pathway. And it happens to be a very straight pathway, very flat and level. If you notice, there are no rocks on it. There is no bumps or dips or anything. And it's even aligned in the back, right behind the people, with what could look like a curb. And I don't even know that that's what Pamela Coleman Smith had in mind in painting this picture. But basically it does separate it out from the grass, and it makes sure that you are aware of that. The grass being this that I've already talked about this far, but the road or the pathway being exactly what it is. And it's two people coming from exact opposite directions and meeting in the middle to make a toast about something. They come from different places or positions or have different traits, but they're meeting right here and could bring something to the table. They've agreed on that, and they're sharing a drink together over it. They're also putting this into stone with a decree being made, noted by the land above and the caduceus that is streaming down from above, just spiraling down and into the hands of the people on the opposite side of the cups. So basically, these people are coming into an agreement over something fruitful. The color of the cups note fruitility with the gold or yellow. And so does the apparel of the masculine figure on the right of your card. The guy is dressed in the same exact clothes that you would find in the major arcana worn by the Fool. Basically, it's a symbol of fertility and new beginnings and starts. The tunic itself, it has a floral design on it, which notes fertility of something and gaining something. A journey that one would make that would lead to fertility in some way, form, or fashion, generally noting education or growth within the self or money and prosperity. And you have him there on the right, and his intentions are pure, as so noted by the white clothing underneath the tunic. White within the clothing would generally represent purity or pure notions, new beginnings or birth. And that's just kind of a general idea of what the color of white would signify. And you would see that also the feminine figure wears the white herself in the long gown that she wears there. And it would be purity, new beginnings, a fresh start, or a birth of a new idea or business or something along those lines. The blue tunic that the feminine figure wears over the white gown would represent peace and tranquility. Something that could bring somebody a fair bit of rest, peace, tranquility. Also noted in the house later on. But, you know, if you enter into a new thing that you have great vision of what it could do for you, then it already kind of just lets you breathe a little bit easier. You're starting a new pathway that gives you some insight into the fact that you can obtain something that would give you rest. So it almost immediately would give you a sense of peace and tranquility likewise. But they're sharing a cup there, and they're kind of at a very harmonious place with each other and the decision that they've made. And this could be with another person, or it could be, let me remind you again, something that you've decided within yourself, for yourself, about yourself. Your different sides coming into an understanding where your dark side and your light side might shake hands, and you come up with a resolution that would make you feel at a balance with the things that have been putting you at an imbalance for a while. And that could be your light side to dark side. It could be your logical to your emotional. It could be your masculine to your feminine aspects or attributes. But it's a finding a balance and coming to terms and setting things into stone so you can put it to rest, and now you don't have to worry about it anymore. And that's very important within this card. You shaking hands with you, and let me also say your physical self with your spiritual self. So there you have that, and where it would revolve around you. And there are a lot of people that are in a lot of pain, that hold on to a lot of things from the past, where maybe throughout this card it's saying that they found a resolution and they could put it to rest, because there is this consideration that until somebody's dropped it on their plate or something has brought it to make them come to realization they haven't thought about, you know. And a lot of this is kind of noted by the duality that's noted not only between the two people coming to face, but also in the caduceus, the two snakes that wind around the staff and face each other. It's a mirroring idea, a coming face to face with yourself, or a notion that you're faced with, so that you can beat it, so that you could put it to rest. And so this is very, very important. Now, the two people, they hold a cup, and the cups are very important within this card because it also gives an idea in the fact that cups can represent love. The two people can be coming together and not only possibly making an agreement business-orientedly or other things in business, like a real estate agent and you coming to terms on a house or a rental property, a house for sale, or the buying of a car, or any other kind of business that could benefit you in the future. Two people entering a partnership. It could also be two people coming together and deciding either to take their love relationship to a different level, either becoming boyfriend and girlfriend from friendship, or becoming live-in relationship from boyfriend and girlfriend. Now, the caduceus, it's a staff of Hermes, also known as Mercury, and it's spiraling down, manifesting things that are divine, or setting things in stone under a banner of protection and rule, to where it won't fluctuate at all. So in certain instances, this is when you couple it with the Leo insignia at the top through the lion, which is a symbol of strength and courage and protection, and the wings, which are kind of your ceiling of control, your banner of protection whenever it's connected to the lion, and it's over the head of the two entities. I see in this a judicial entity, or things that could legally keep things stable. It could be definitely about a marriage and a certificate that's a manifest of power by law, that this is set in stone. You have the legal manifestation of things that are set in stone being drawn in and at the hands of these two people that have agreed upon something. And a lot of times that would just really be talking about contracts, decrees, alignments where the law is brought in, or things where the law isn't brought in, but there are already decrees involved which you can't vary it away, that were put into stone even before you even thought about getting into this matter. Right now, though, you're set on a path of happiness, harmony, joy, and contentment in the way that you're celebrating a new happening, something that's coming about that could be very prosperous and good for you, beneficial at least for now, and you should enjoy that. And let's see, the lion, the red Leo, it really can talk about friends with benefits, an agreement that you have made with somebody to where it's stated that, yeah, we can be this, and as long as you're happy with it being this, we can continue doing this. But at any time whenever it tries to get a little too clenching, or what is the word I'm looking for, enclosing, enveloping, then it's not good for me anymore. That kind of a spoken way of things right there. So basically, there is some friends with benefits notion that could come about as an agreement within this card. So as long as that benefits you and you feel good about it, then do it. But if in any time the other person don't feel it, you already know it, then it might be time for you to let them know that the situation has changed and it's time for you to evolve. Spread your wings, as it were, and go a different way strongly before it weakens you, because that can happen. Support the channel by all means. Consider a professional reading done by me, and the email account that you can contact me at should be across the bottom of your screen. By all means, take care of yourself, and I wish you the greatest of luck on your pathway and your journeys of learning the tarot and exercising your psychic abilities. Brightest regard and merry part.